God bless you, friends. Being a child of God is an absolutely amazing way to live your life. If you haven't made the decision to follow Christ, to surrender your life to Jesus and allow Him to be the Lord of your life, we want to encourage you to do so. Living your life for Jesus is an exciting way to live your life. It is the best way to live your life. But here's the question we want to ask you. If you have made the decision to follow Christ, if you identify as being a child of God, does the way you communicate to the world around you reflect the heart that a child of God should have? Wow. The way I communicate to my spouse, does that reflect that I'm a godly man? The way I communicate to my children, does that reflect the heart of a godly father? The way I communicate to my coworkers and people in the community that I live in, does that communicate the heart of a godly man? See, sadly, so many times the words that come out of our mouth does not reflect the heart of a godly individual. Our words are powerful, friends, and it's time that we seek God and we pray and ask Him to help us to communicate the way that a godly individual communicates. The enemy will throw many traps our way. He will try to get us to fall into the temptations that he throws along our path to try to create unhealthy atmospheres for relationships to thrive. Ephesians 4:29 says, "Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths." You know, this world would be a lot better place if sometimes we just talked a lot less. Think about that for a minute. Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. The words that come out of our mouths should benefit our spouse, our children, our coworkers, our friends, our community. The words that come out of our mouth should build people up, not tear people down. And the temptation that Satan throws our way to create unhealthy unhealthy atmospheres is negativity. If we want to create atmospheres in our home, in our workplaces, in our communities, for relationships to thrive and grow and be what God intends them to be, well, then we are going to have to be optimistic people. We are going to have to create positive atmospheres. We're going to have to create atmospheres that are godly. But the enemy will use our words to create atmospheres that are toxic. And he does that by negativity. The synonyms of negative is a defeatist, gloomy, uncooperative, pessimistic. Let's just look at this for a minute. Do you want to be married to someone who is a defeatist, who is gloomy, who is uncooperative, or who's a pessimist? Do you want to work with someone who's a defeatist, who's gloomy, uncooperative, or pessimistic? Do you want to be around someone who is a defeatist, who's gloomy, or uncooperative, or who's a pessimistic? Absolutely not. None of us desire to live our lives in those atmospheres. We should be people that believe in others. We should be people that inspire others to dream big, to put their hope in Jesus Christ. As children of God, we should be people, we should be the most hopeful people on the planet. But negative people aren't hopeful people. Negative people and people who communicate negativity are not people who inspire others, but they're people that tear others down. Negative people create atmospheres that suck the energy out of every room. When as a child of God, we should be people who are inspiring others and building others up. So ask yourself, do you communicate to others that you have a godly heart, or do you communicate to others that you have an ungodly heart? The choice is each and every one of ours. I can't make it for you, and you can't make it for me. Let's choose to communicate in a positive way and build others up. God bless you, friends. It's time to make family first. It's time to have healthy relationships.